Hello everyone and welcome to another Division 2 video. Today with a game between Noizi, which I think is Rudy time on Discord, and a Gustgod from the December monthly tournament in the Steel Division Bootcamp Discord. So for this month, there was an interesting rule set in that Discord where you would pick your divisions first. There was also a process about how you get that division, and then you pick the map. So yeah, we can be ready for some interesting choices. Although these are two divisions that I think are actually quite decent for the maps that they are played on here. So on the left, we do have Gustgod playing 5th Cav, and on the right side, we do have Noizi playing BRO. Now, I also want to say thank you very much to all of you for supporting the channel. We have now, at the time of recording this video, reached 200 subscribers, and I'm really, really happy to see this. Of course, it's great how fast the channel is growing, and I would still not have expected this, so thank you all very, very much. Now, also, if I remember this correctly, this video should be scheduled for Christmas, so yeah, happy Christmas to all of you if you happen to watch it on that day. And otherwise, I hope you had enjoyed your celebrations or whatever you do on Christmas, time with family, whatever. And also, I do have a little Christmas present for new players. Because after this video, there will be my first guide going live on the same day. It will be a guide on deck building because I've seen that this is a big question. Now, there will be two versions of this. There's a very, very short version where I just go very short. No, not very short, but a shorter version where I go over the like in a speed run through all the important things. And then there's a very comprehensive one with a lot of details. There's timestamps down there as well for that so that you can skip ahead and forward and back to look up things that you really need and can kind of skip over the rest that you don't need. But yeah, they'll be coming out as well. Of course, I'm very interested in your feedback on that. But with that, let's now finally head into the game. Let's start with 5th Cav. Although I have to say, I do not agree with this build at all. So in the Recon tab, we don't have that many Galatazi, although they're quite useful in my opinion. He only brings one card in A with no vet, and then in C phase he brings them a double vet, which is a little bit of an overkill in my opinion, especially since he doesn't have that many good units available in general if we actually go over to the infantry tab. He brings the R2, which usually I would say is not a good choice, but it can be super obnoxious if there's not that much AT on infantry, and this is definitely the case for first US. And then you have the AB user and the AB horse in A and B phase, which are fantastic against infantry tab. Quite weirdly built. I would not build it like that, to be honest. The rest of your PM are actually okay. I mean, they have a PTRD, which usually is okay. In this matchup, there it's not needed, but still it's double machine gun unit, which is okay. Then the Pioneer Calari, which can basically act as double machine gun unit, although I don't know, I'd rather take a Rosiori then because you either get more or you have the veterans on top of it. Then you have Rosiori Assault, which are okay. And yeah, some leader. In B phase, though, this is where it gets out. So the Begleit Grenadier, I have nothing to say against that, same as for the Pioneer Assault. But the Granissari is just bad. It's a single machine gun unit. These are just not that good. You have Rosiori for only 5 points more. And that is actually, I think you definitely get a lot for what you pay. So this is really nice unit. And in C phase, we finally see the first Rosiori, but double that, I don't know. I mean, considering that these are very spammable and he's probably going to run out of them very, very quickly, this is very ballsy for a balanced deck, in my opinion. Tank tab, quite nice. I mean, you have quite nice. It's very limited. You only have Stücks and Panzer II Luchs. He brings to both Stücks. You can get two more if you put the leader in A phase and the regular Stück in B phase, but this is about it. Support tab, quite nice. Hotchkiss spreader in the horse, which is really cool. And then the usual otherwise. AT tab, also very odd. Not really agreeing with this, to be honest. Panzerschreck is fine, of course. 45 mil is nice, and the Rosita as well. But he only brings one in A phase and then another one in B at single vets. He only gets 4 of them in total. And these are his only like longer range AT guns, right there. 45 mil is 1250 meter range limited. Now this is a general issue of this division, but at least I would not vet the Rosita then, just to make sure that you have at least enough long range power, which this doesn't look like. So very, very bold. And it's not like he has a lot of tanks. Now first infantry is not a super tank heavy division either, but still, I don't know. I probably wouldn't do it like that. Also, probably need the 35 million B phase because I think we're going to see it afterwards. So I think they do have the stewards in B phase, right? If I'm not mistaken. A tab, quite nice with the tools that you have there, but once again, odd build. He brings the 25 million A phase and the 40 mil Bofus, and then in B phase he only brings the 2, as you said, that single vet. I think you can just put the Bofus to B phase, it's fine. You don't necessarily need to win A. And then is the Vickers in B also at single vet. I guess I'm probably more there for AT than for AA because they suck at AA. Artillery tab, Yeah, the 122 is nice, of course, especially because you can use it as 2k HE, which you otherwise don't have in this division. And then he brings the Observer because, yeah, no radio otherwise, which sucks. Off map. I don't actually know if it's good. I've never used it. And then he brings 81 with water. You have 60 mils here, which I think are quite fantastic, but it doesn't bring those. Air tap. Uh, I have some questions. The IAR is really not good. The BF-19 and the bombers are good, but also like no cluster plane in A phase. A little bit risky against first US, I think, because in A phase they have actual tanks. But yeah, I mean it's definitely decent, except for the IAR. This thing's just bad. And on the other side, we do have first US infantry from Noizi. This is, of course, a division that we have seen a few times now. It is quite strong. So we start with Recon tab. You have the M8 and then some scouts in B phase, which brings with the M20. Interesting choice there. Of course, you have no regular Recon infantry in A phase. Infantry tab, you have all the special units here, the Assault Bastard, the Assault Fire Support, quite nice. He brings everything at double vet there, which I love to see. The Stonewallers, which you cannot bring with any veterans, although in my opinion they're not actually needed with all the good tools that you have otherwise in A phase. Anyway, Assault Preacher, then yes, the Assault Leader, I think this is the one with the bazooka if I'm not mistaken, and then the Assault Team, all fantastic strong units there. In B phase we just see some rifles early, some engineers, and then in C phase some rifles late as well. So quite a lot of infantry actually for a Maverick deck, but I mean you can basically double that everything for free here, so why wouldn't you do this? Tank type, he brings everything in A so that he gets Shermans in B because they are phase locked to A and C phase. So interesting choice there. I would probably double vet them though then, because I don't know, in my opinion, Shermans just perform so much better if you have them at double vet. Fire support tab, you have the M7 in A phase, some Brownings in B phase at 50 cal, sorry. I think they're also phase locked to B phase, if I'm not mistaken, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. And then he brings the 105 howitzer in B phase. Also, once again, free single vet, which is pretty spectacular, pretty fantastic. AT tab, lots of M1 guns in A phase, and then lots of M10s in B phase, as well as some bazookas. You cannot get them in A phase, which really sucks. You basically have to rely on the one that your leader is holding. A tab, Bofors are great. He brings them in the what's it called, M something, 16 maybe, the quadruple 50 cal. This unit is, not good for A, but it can absolutely shred infantry, which is really, really cool. Artillery tab, yeah, he brings the radio mortar half track in A phase, which also comes with free veterancy, which is quite nice. Spotters, so that he actually has some recon in A phase. Artillery leader, and then a long tom in B phase. This does not come with free veterancy. Air tab, you have some decent options there as well. You have some F5 recon, P51 at double vet as well, and then some the one P38 for some nice fast bombing. And then in BFS you do see the 820G, which is actually quite good. It's decently fast as a good bomb loadout. I don't know what resilience is, but it is like not in as this is the resilience that's on the stats, but it has generally good enough resilience to do its job. As always, it's deployment time. So we are looking into this. Down south, we do have on Gustgod side, not too much. Very defensive as well. Don't know what's going up here. Where's the Predator going? That's a decent position. Okay, it's going. That's risky, but it can work. On the other side, on Noizi's side, we do see a not super aggressive deployment. Ad is just grabbing the flag, and this force part pretty standard as well. Same thing here, nothing too aggressive, just making sure that he can hold this flag. Going over there on Gustgod's side, he's not going super aggressive here as well. He has some light armor that goes over here, I have to assume, and then some light armor here as well, or a tank, something like that. Some infantry just to hold this. He tries to get into here, pretty classical. Otherwise, nothing super aggressive in the town either. I mean, this is a pretty classical push for blue side. Relatively defensively here, tries to get into the church, but otherwise, nothing out of the usual. On Noizi's side, we do see nothing super aggressive as well. He has the M8, but he doesn't actually rush it forwards. No, he doesn't actually rush it forward, just brings it over here. Odd choice. We see early AA and then early recon plane as well, which is why he has not that much on the ground. And then up north, this is where he pushes a little bit harder. Not a super massive push, but I mean, if the Soul teams is not cheap, yeah, so he goes a little bit more aggressive over there. Gustgod, on the other hand, is very defensive. He basically gives this up. He just puts one Rosiore Salter and one Breda. That's definitely an interesting call, but it's one that makes sense because, of course, he cannot beat first US in this forest party realistically. Like, I mean, he can, but it is relatively hard, so it kind of makes sense for him to focus somewhere else and just accepts that he's going to lose this. And he already secures his off, which is definitely a very, very good call, right? So he accepts that he's losing this, but in the same time, he also makes sure that he can hold a push that, or that he has something that can stop a push that's coming through. And just putting one unit there, if you want to give it up anyway, putting one unit there is definitely the way to go, because then you can kind of have it hide it there, and then your opponent needs to decide whether he needs to reinforce for a push or whether he can actually just continue his push. But it looks like these choices not need to be made. The Soul Buster's got to get in anyway, and that lets Noizi now know that there's basically nothing there. The recon plane already told him anyway, but usually that would be a good call. It was, I don't know, what was it, 18-6 for a brief moment, now 14-10 for Noizi. He has some fast transport, so he got into with the Soul Buster. I mean, it's 100 kilometers an hour transports, and this thing has a flame grenade and a rocket gun, so at this range it should absolutely shred. Puneri could do a lot of damage if it was in a good position, which is not. Galarashi here is under fire. Currently not looking super good for Gustgod. He got in with the Hotchkiss here, but it's losing against Stuart. The Stuart should go down to the 47mm. The Beretta is actually quite a nice gun. Sorry, or I was about to say he got in, but just as I was about to say it, the Stuart killed it off. There's a Rosita here on the hill, and the Stuk, and the Navy user, and an R2. Wow. Missouri Assault pushing forward. The problem is if this gets this close, yeah, I think this is at the range where the rocket gun can actually not be used. It's basically like a machine gun with the range, right? It is limited to above 100-meter range. So the range where you can actually use the rocket gun is very, very limited, because I think it's 300 meters is the max range. So you basically, oh, look at that. We see an early off map that was called in. Wait, now it's gone. What? Oh, it's going down. That's why. That's an odd choice. Honestly, I mean, if he can actually walk in and surrender everything with the Rosiori, that's clutch. Like then this is like a 10,000 IQ play. Because he's following up now, but it's way too late. I would have needed to come way sooner. He could move forward with Rosiori Assault, and it would have been a great play if that was his plan, but he's not doing it. Because now it's just wasted, because there's nothing to follow it up with. Rosita here doing its thing with its HE shells, forcing off the two Stonewallers here. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, there was no need to push forward here for Noizi, but now it's all of a sudden 15-9 for Gustgod as he grabs this flag, and oh, that flag as well. Although he's already pressured by an M8 here, there's not much he can do about that. Stonewallers will lose against the Puneri Kalari here, no chance there. And one gun coming in to deal with that Stuk. Stuk might actually be able to snipe it. Oh, that was close. I think it's going to lose line of sight. It does not. And he gets the kill. Wow, that's big. I mean, this flag here as well, I forgot to mention this, but this kinda, I don't really count this because, I mean, yes, it influences, but even if he loses it, which is pretty much guaranteed to happen, it will still be 59. So, but yeah, I should point out that this is there as well. It's not that's not the biggest factor here, though. The big thing is that he actually grabbed these, and he grabbed that one back. Now he got this as well. Oh no, sorry, it did make the 59. Never mind, my bad. I guess grabs this as well, as his assault fire support here is being suppressed. Up north, Gustgod is back in here, but I think he's going to get forced out again, because his Soul 2 team together with his Soul Preacher and Buster will shred all of this. So yeah, he has just severely mistimed the off map. He should have timed it better, or at least followed up with the Rosario Cell immediately, and then he might have gotten this whole forest patch here. But now he will end up with nothing and just lose the units that he just sent in, and he's reinforcing it too, which is are two bullying some assault breaches, whereas the M8 in the meantime is busy bullying the Pioneer Kalari, so both players getting something out of this engagement, I guess. Now we do see an M7 coming in. That is a little bit problematic because, of course, the Roshiza, while it is capable of dealing with it, there's a trick where you can basically just outrange it by shooting in front of it. And of course, also just in general, you don't really want your AT gun to face 2K HE that is even not if it is a vehicle. Saltfire support coming in, flipping this flag, bringing it back to 1410. P51 on the getting on the back of the IAR. Oh, but the IAR gets away. That's really unfortunate. M8 did go down here up north. Oh, with the airstrike from the IAR, the Rosori assault here actually won. So two of them are still alive. Pinero Calari should easily kill off the Stonewallers. Stewart coming in, but there is a Panzerschreck. It's moving into the wrong direction currently because he has not noticed it yet. Oh, but the Stonewallers spotted. Now they are, their attention is diverted to the Pinero Calari, though R2 coming in as well. This should struggle against the Stewart. 40 millimeters of pen Stewart has, I know what's 50 meters? No, 55 actually, 55 millimeters of armor. So there we go. 59 still for Gustgod as he now has both flags up north. Now there's another Assault team and Assault Breacher coming in, and Rosiori is not in position yet to stop that. And 1v1 against those in the forest, he will lose. And the 2v1 he will lose most certainly. So not looking super good currently. R2, yeah. The Beretta might help. No, you cannot see the Stewart. Panzerschreck is moving. Pinero Calari are moving as well. In the town, Stonewallers regrabbed this flag that Gustgod recaptured for a moment. Sherman here in an interesting spot, let's say. Ooh, what? Something's being marked. Ah, Noizi marks Roshica. Looks like he's trying to. Oh, he's going to bomb it. Yeah. There's no AA, so that thing's going to go down. So yeah, this is the issue if you have only such a small number of actual AT guns. Not to say that the 45mm is not an actual AT gun, but the problem is the 45mm cannot challenge Shermans or M10s at range. And there's a Bofors in the center. It's already doing some work, it looks like. The Stug is still here though, that can definitely kill the M7. The problem with the M7 is though it has the heat channel. The accuracy is terrible, but it can still potentially kill the Stug, so he has to be a little bit careful at least. Now we see a 25mm coming in. And another one up north. Yeah, that's a smart choice. He now needs to start turtling up with AA if he wants to survive this, because he can expect to get absolutely wrecked otherwise. Assault team and Assault Preacher moving in. Do they actually have... no, they do not have the radar trade. They have shock though. I was about to say. Because Gustgod is currently about to collapse this pocket here. Yes, so he's gonna get to keep these two flags. Problem is these units are still in here and, you know, they're not going anywhere. He still needs to be able to deal with them, but he gets a flag for now, and that can already make a huge difference. Stick 3 is shooting at the M7, gets the kill. So things not going super well for Noizi at the moment. It's actually devastating. I mean, he's, you know, you don't have a massive point advantage in A phase in terms of income when it comes to the income difference here. So it is. Oh, we see a reconnection, and now Noizi pulls out the Uno reverse cards and encircles Gustgod. Wow, what a game. There's there's a 45mm and a Reda here, but they're not doing enough work. Blind bombing misses. Calarasi coming in to spot. I don't know what's the point here. These are just, I don't know why they're moving in the way they're moving, but they now just completely missed Stewart. I think this time, oh no, there's a 25mm here to save today, so P51's not going to get on the back. But yeah, I mean, there's only a 5-point difference per tick, so you know it's not a massive difference. So if Balance actually manages to get that far ahead, that's massive, and that's really helpful, because of course at the end of the day you're gonna lose a lot of tickets in B phase probably. Your opponent, I mean, if you look at the front line how it is, it's not the case, but usually what you want to do with Balance, and this would be very strongly so the case if you are at 15-9, is you want to have a good position early on. You want to really force your opponent back so that when he has the Maverick income, he actually needs to put a lot of that into equaling things out first. However, if you look at these graphs, most of them are not very deep and very sustainable. So I think Gustgod is not really in that position. Although here, this is going to be a bit of work for Noizi to get back into it, but otherwise it's relatively, it's like no massive grabs or anything. But still, I mean, the point difference alone is very significant. The ticket difference, I mean, because it means that, you know, you have less catching up to do later on, which can really make a massive difference. In the town, Sherman pushing forwards at the 45 mil, not in a good position. It's actually moving away, looks like. No, it's just the Hotchkiss that is. But it's not in a good position to do anything. Stonewall is meanwhile just moving forward. 12-12 now. Things equaled out as... wait, how actually? This flag is grabbed. Oh yeah, it's lost this flag. So Gustgod currently holding these two, but he's lost the one in the town and the one up north. Now the support weapon blob here has engaged the Assault Breacher, but he cannot surrender it because it is behind the front line. What an odd game, an R2 coming in. The problem is this is not going to affect the front line either. Gustgod now pushing forward towards the tunnel, although I'm not really sure what the plan here is. Is it trying to move them through here? Because that would be a reasonable choice if you've lost this forest patch to fight through that hill there, but it's going to take a while. That's the downside. 13-11 as Noizi has nothing here and Gustgod just grabs it for free, but I have the feeling that this is about to get checked. I'm not entirely, but I mean this will probably do the job. So it's gonna change. 12-12 once again. P-47 now up north, bombing this blob here. Yeah, the 25 mils aren't bad. 25 mils are actually serviceable, but you need to put them relatively far forward because the range of those is, of course, limited. So they need a lot. They need some time on target to actually do the work because, I mean, that's not just the range. The range is limited. The suppression is limited. So to make up for that, you have to put them a little bit further forward. This one's okay, but probably like you also want to have it like somewhere around here, maybe. I don't know. That would be my preferred positioning, but there's definitely other ways to do it as well. Like I'm also not the player who knows everything. Quite far from it actually. Stick free shooting at the M1 gun as it moves forward. It's probably going to be suppressed before it gets into range. However, there's one sneaking around here which might have a chance, although no, it has such a long way to go until it actually gets line of sight on the stick. But it might be able to do the job then. 12-12 now, so Noizi has equaled out. He lost almost half of his tickets though, which is quite bad. Now we see Howitzer in for the hill, so it looks like Noizi slowly planning on pushing over the hill, maybe? Assault fire support here now definitely secures this flag. Pineri goes down, 45 mils already on fire by the mortar. Is it in radio range? It has radio from the leader here, which is great. Maybe it's even, yeah, no, it's not within its own radio range. And if you see the first 820 Chi in, this is going to stop all of this. Oh, it went after that one. I don't know, was this really necessary? Don't know. Oh, Gustgod re-grabbing this flag. Quite nice push there. Pioneer Assault versus Assault Team. Pioneer Assault should win. It's a double flamer. But there's a lot of support. Oh, yeah, Black Grenadier seals the deal. Problem is this Pioneer Assault is caught out in the open, so it's gonna get a lot of damage and suppression already. Assault Breacher is there to help. Down the fire by the Glide Grenadier as well. Pioneer Assault here reconnected. Flag secured 13-11 for Gustgod as he regrabs the north while losing the town. This is a problem now because if you lose that hill, it's going to be very difficult to get back onto it for either side. The problem for blue side is just that you have less hill to begin with, right? Because the front line is like here. Yeah, I think I don't know what this mortar's doing here, but it's not gonna. This is so risky. Both here might actually die as well. This is not looking good. I also have to say that I have seen the last part of this game on Discord streamed by Gustgod, so I kind of know that this is a good game. And I unfortunately already know how it ends, but I'll do my best not to let you know. Oh, the Woofers. Yeah, gets absolutely wrecked by the 50 cal of the M10 with the help of this dude as well. There's a block of infantry. Yeah, now we have to go in this area. I'm not really sure what's the plan with those because I mean, what are they gonna do? HS129 coming in. Yeah, but there's AA, so it's a double star 2 with the help of the lid, and the M16 here is here too. Does it get in? No. Might even go down. A20 up north, meanwhile doing a bombing run. Yeah, 25 mil just cannot do enough suppression. I mean, against a bomber, it's difficult anyway, like a real bomber, but once again, it's just too far away, especially with Gustgod actually grabbing the whole forest pit. He's moving forward now, so he has realized. There's a 122 here. currently idle there. It has not fired at all. It's an odd choice if you buy artillery. One of the worst things you can do is buy artillery and then not use it because it's a big point investment and then you don't get anything back for it. Fighter coming in, but the problem is the P-38 is too fast anyway. I mean, maybe he can catch it up, but there is DAA, so it's not going to get it. He might lose it actually in return. And this one has low resilience, so I think it's going to go down. Yeah, down he goes. I was about to say that. It was surviving for quite a while, but he cannot survive this. No, there's no way. 81mm mortar. This one already died, going after the M10, but the M10 is already on the move, so it's not going to get anything done. More Shermans coming in, more infantry coming in. Gustgod getting this flag for free because Noizi is not actually putting anything here. That's an interesting decision. Oh, but the 45mm goes down to the engineer. It's going to get stopped now by the R2 though. Yeah, I mean, Noizi making a major mistake here by letting Gustgod get this flag for free and by letting him still have this one. I mean, I think this flag could at least be contestable for Noizi. This one is a little bit more difficult to shoot. Oh, look at that. It actually killed off the M1. It killed more. Look at that row of transports here. That was the M1 gun from the start, right? And there's two more now. Yikes. That's definitely not good. The Granissari here. It also doesn't have any AT, so it cannot kill the tank destroyer, even though it would have been in range. Would this be a Rosiori, it could have killed an M10, but it is not, so it cannot. Really, really odd choice. Rifles and engineers just start to reinforce. 81 mortar is already out of ammo, or at least almost out of ammo. This time going after the Steward, and is now targeted by Noizi. That's probably the next bombing target, I have to imagine. Strick now coming in. That's definitely a good choice to cover off this hill area here. 122 is now pushing forward. It's attack moving, so it's using it for direct fire. You can use this as 2k HE, and it actually has a decent amount of damage, 6.1, with a decent rate of fire as well. Then we can actually check. I think there's one here. Yeah, it's a little bit slower than the 105, but that's okay. Another A20 bombing run up north. Looks like Noizi is trying to get back in. Yeah, but that was a little bit too ballsy, just pushing directly forward. The problem is that Gustgod has not actually reinforced this with any real AT, so the Sherman can do a lot of work now. Bazooka coming in, that's a risky move because he has not cleared this out yet. The M1 gun, that's okay. Turns out still nothing happening. I'm surprised that Noizi just decides not to fight this at all. I mean, at 2k, he actually has an advantage with the HE tools that he has. But I forgot what it was, but whatever push forward here was a kill off. But it was a nice little attempt to grab this flag. I mean, it's definitely a good thing to do. Still 14-10 for Gustgod, so Gustgod just continues to tick Noizi down, which is definitely odd. I mean, we have approached C phase, so basically that should be game over for Noizi. Now, that being said, we've seen this multiple times, and I say this again and again and again. The income advantage, no matter whether it's Maverick or Vanguard or whatever, needs some time usually to really show an effect, especially if you invest a lot into artillery and planes, because these need generally just some time to generate value. So it is not uncommon to see that something changes in that, like to see the big flip in C phase, but it's definitely better if you can already do it in B phase. Oh, look at that. Sherman here, engaging what? Nothing. Bazooka's been unloaded actually, so it will maybe kill? No, because it cannot shoot while moving, I don't think. No, it doesn't have to move and shoot. So it will actually, less Noizi notices, it will be killed off by the R2, which would be terrible. IR2, I don't know what it went after, but I mean, it's an odd choice. Gustgod knows that there's AA here, and he loses it too. That's bad. 45mm in up north to secure things off. That's a good choice. Look at that. The R2 is finding the bazooka. Bazooka is not reacting yet. No, it's just redirecting it. This is range. Oh no, it's probably not in range yet, but the R2 loses line of sight. It's now moving forward. It's going to run into the Sherman. I have to imagine it's going to die. Lose line of sight again. And one gun just pushing across. That's very ballsy if you have not cleared this out. This is a terrible play, guys. Don't do this. It's a good play if you know that there's basically nothing here, but if you know that like the front line tells you there's something here, that's actually really not good. Look at that, the big Lycra here, find it. MP44s are gone. Oh no, it's not even within MP44 range just yet, but the MG42 will do a lot of work as well. And now it's falling back into the forest where the Pioneer Assault is already waiting. Oh, that sucks. I mean, both flags are just being held by one Pioneer Assault, which is very, very low. So once this goes down, which is probably gonna go very, very soon, then both of these flags will go to Noizi. Already got one of them, so back to 13-11. This will be the 12-12. We've now approached C phase. So the income of Noizi is throttled and he needs to make some big pushes now or he will probably not take this game. Pioneer Assault finishes off the M1 gun. What? Look at that front line. What is this? What is this? What? A20 now going after Pioneer Assault. I mean, this thing could just bomb everything because Gustgod's AA here is just not strong enough. It's not to hate on him or anything. It's really just the fact that the 25mm doesn't do well against these high-flying, medium or high-resilience bombers that are also fast. Like it's just the thing. The SCK set on the other hand can do a lot of work here. Pioneer Assault pushing forward. Yeah, the problem is there's just not enough things with AT here. All 45mm gets killed off in the transport. That's really, really bad. Still 13-11 though, so... And in 10 minutes, Gustgod will get the win if Noizi can't change things up. Oh, I think he's going to lose another unit in the transport here to Strict 3. It's going to load it in time. No. Oh, look at this row of transports. Look at that. And I mean, there's more here as well. Yeah, and then there's the gun that died, not in the transport, but just walking up. This thing, I want to see the stats on this. This thing must have been fantastic. I see a fresh push here by Gustgod with a Pioneer Assault and a Begleitgrenadier. Unfortunately, the Pioneer Assault is engaging alone without the help of the Begleitgrenadier, which could have helped so much with how is it? They're just forcing out these units from their position. Remember the mortar in the meantime going after the remaining Pioneer Assault here, or not the remaining, it's actually a new one. It's just gonna get pinned again. It's right next to Bazooka. So the one Sherman might actually grab these flags relatively soon. Oh my god, it's so close. If Gustgod would move it just a little bit with his Black Grenadier, he would like make his pocket here collapse. And ensure that, oh my god, is he? It's happening. It's just happening naturally. And Gustgod actually gets the flag there for free. Still 13-11 for Noizi, for Gustgod. Noizi letting some really key opportunities just go that could turn this completely around. Like he could be on 13-11 right now. 14-10 actually even. He's regret that one now though, since he apparently killed off the, I don't know if a bombing run happened or no, it's not within mortar range, I don't think. But yeah, he finally managed to kill off the machine gun that used to be here, so now his assault fire support just grabs this flag again. The stick got killed off by, I don't know what. It's the M1 gun then, I have to assume. But it's not within... Oh no, it is within range, yeah, so it must have been the M1 gun then. It was finally repositioned to where it gets line of sight onto the stick. That stick did a lot of work. Sherman here versus stick. Sherman bounces on the shit, that's... Oh, HS129 trying to get in, but once again, there's AA. Gustgod should know. Probably not a good idea to try this. But there we go, the Sherman goes down. These are the most frustrating moments when the Stück, like the Sherman bounces on the Stück. And you can actually get worse. I've had games where my Stück, like, shot, bounced, and meanwhile the Sherman just penned the Stück. That's like one of the most frustrating things that can happen. HS129 is here to kill the Sherman. I see another push here by Noizi. There is still not that much hit for Gustgod to actually try to stop this. The Grenadier are not good units. The Black Grenadier can do a lot of work here, but it needs to get in. Not against this whole team though. In the forest this will tread. Here the HS129 can actually get in. It fails to get the kill though because of the suppression. The spread was too big. Another streak coming in down south, this time in a more defensive position. Smart play there. Gustgod doesn't necessarily, maybe he knows, but probably doesn't know where the streak 3 was killed from, so he decides to put it a little bit further back where into a range where he can probably spot anything that tries to contest it. We do see a commander out on Gustgod side, which I love to see. 12-12 now, so no, it's stabilizing. He has 24 minutes to turn things around, which is not a lot of time considering that he has not a lot of income right now. Oh, but a Vickers here is pushing a little bit too far forward. The Stonewallers could almost have killed that if it wasn't for the AB user being here, preventing this by killing off the Stonewallers. We see rifles early in here now, so Noizi looks like he's ready here to do another push. The problem is he's not supporting this push at all, so Gustgod, who has a decent defense here, can just force this off quite nicely. There's European versus Assault Fire Support. There's a cover difference here. Assault Fire Support has the better loadout though. Can actually double check. No, yeah, it is. It is a better loadout. But the cover difference does make a massive difference there when it comes to the suppression. Yeah, look at that. European basically not taking any suppression at all. Oh, one rifle's early suppressed. Another one is on its way there. Definitely not good. 13-11 for Noizi for a quick moment, but it is already gone again. It's gonna get this flag very, very soon though, I feel like. Assault is coming in, but I'm not sure if it's enough to do the job, especially if the Sherman could just push forward. Which it could, but it's not happening. P38. Oh, this is a very ballsy placement. Oh no, oh no. Is it? It's doing, oh my god. It's doing artillery duty. So this thing has heat shells, and they can one-shot the tank. The accuracy of these are not too bad, actually. Yeah, it's 40%, so this is actually decent. So you can 100%, if a tank gets too close, you can use this as actual AT. Which you could. And he's using it in line of sight off the hill as artillery piece. That's not a good idea. You have to do either of those. You have to either use it as a range tool or as artillery tool, but you cannot do both. At least not if your opponent can have line of sight of it on it. This is basically why you cannot do both. Gustgod re-grabbed this flag though, still 13-11 for Noizi as he has now secured north. And he's still holding on to the hill. Rifles earlier probably finish off the 45 mil. The 122 goes down to mortar fire. Ammo here is on the run. You haven't seen many of those out, so I guess Gustgod still has some of them left, but it's still an unnecessary loss of these. 14-10 now. Oh, Noizi grabbing this flag. Gustgod could easily fix that by just putting a unit. This, this is where the Granisseri are now actually very useful. You can just put one there, and it's only 20 points, and it will stop, Noizi from grabbing this flag. Oh, but he pushes forward with one, it goes down in transport. With the cover difference, it will lose to the rifles early. And actually double check, it also has a ZB30, which is a decent automatic rifle. Should be similar-ish to the rifles early. Yeah, pretty similar to the BAR. But with the cover difference, that doesn't matter. And of course, the Americans do have the M1, which is something that you need to consider as well. The M1 is quite potent. This is very, very powerful. Still 13-11. No, it's slowly pushing forward up north now. Stück here, but has a load of wounded. I don't know what got that on the Stück, but it's there. This is a pretty annoying crit, although truly all the crits are annoying basically. One of the M10s did go down, I don't know to what. This 122 is still alive. I don't think it killed the other one. I mean, maybe, oh, the Rashidza probably did it. Yeah, there's something burning here, so it's probably the Rashidza. Oh, but mortar also goes down. Has not been moved, I don't think. We've seen this here earlier, right? Ammo might go down as well. Oh, two rifles pushing forward. Gonna grab a flag for free. 15-9 now for Noizi. He's turning it around after 30 minutes. So this is what I mean. Although this is a little bit late. Like usually it happens around the like 20 to 25 minute mark at the very latest. So this happening after almost 30 minutes is quite odd. Granissari here being forced off. Gustgod might actually lose his flag as well. M10 now pushing forward. This is very risky. Rashidza doesn't see it. Interesting. I mean, the line of sight tool, we all know it is sometimes a little bit scuffed. Looks like the Stück actually spots it. Takes it down though. Oh, HS129 still not. Yeah, I mean, there's AA Gustgod and Noizi. I don't know why he's so like determined on sending planes in there when they're just not gonna get in. I think one of them even died. Oh, ABUs are just stopping the rifles later, so preventing any reinforcements from actually getting in here. Gustgod now moving forward with a Granissari. I mean, if you just want to put this like here to grab this flag, this is once again, these work 20-point units are actually like bad loadout 20-point units, I have to say, are actually quite useful for. But for actual fighting, you'd rather want to have a double machine gun unit. M20 now just pushing forward. Stück 3 should be able to prevent this though. The 25 we might actually do this well. No? No? Okay. Stück 3 misses twice. Holy moly. 25 mil. Does it win the suppression fight? I think it will, or it should. HS129 coming. There we go. Finally managed to kill it. HS129 is being called off. Two A20s now coming in. One bombing, I think it's blind bombing. To kill this off, this might actually really turn this flag around back to 1410. At this rate, we can't see. Still 80 minutes to go, so Noizi might probably still just win with this rate, but he probably wants more because he cannot hold this on forever. This one I didn't check, but it's also going for this area after matching Commander now living a dangerous life here. Or but it goes down. I mean, it was flying directly over the SDKF set and another SDKF set. The second one goes down too. That's massive. Losing these was big because they basically got a lot, or could have gotten a lot of value for Noizi, and now they are gone. Is now sent in an M1 gun down south together with a rifle slate to just prevent Gustgod from pushing forward. Gustgod in the meantime is not even thinking about doing that, it looks like. Just moving away with his AB user, although that might die to the M1 gun very, very soon. Stück now moving forward. Might be a little bit aggressive. So many infantry. I mean, this is a rifle slate, but one bombing run. Like, he has artillery. You could just arty strike this and then move in with his infantry. Still 1410. Yeah, up north, things are very much secured for Noizi. I don't think that Gustgod's going to get in very, very soon. One thing that we have to consider as well is we've seen Gustgod's deck. He doesn't have all that much infantry, and he's called in a lot of infantry already. So I don't actually remember from rewatching this, but I feel like he has to be running low on infantry already. Although we haven't seen a single Rosiori yet, so he probably... There it's coming, so I guess he probably run out of Granissari. There's 11 of these, if I'm not mistaken. Now pushing forward. Oh, the Sherman finds the 25 mil. Yeah, the Syringe 25 mil cannot defend itself, so it's probably going to go down. HS129 coming in once again. Both are still alive. Or she's just targeted by the 81 mil. Yeah, these have been really, really powerful. They've done a lot of work for Noizi. There's two of them actually. I haven't noticed that. P38 now coming in and might lose that again as well. If he turns this way, it might leave, but it's still going to fly over the SDKF set. If he turns that way, it's definitely dead because it flies over two SDKF sets. Still 1311 for him though. BF109 getting in. It's going to get on the back. I don't think it needs to. No, it's once again going to get forced off by the Bofors. This time the Bofors is only single. Let's say the BF109 might actually get out. Is he going to get out? I think it is. Smoking, but alive. 1311 still for Noizi, so as long as he can just hold his own, he will... No, I think he will win this. I think this is enough time. Oh, Gustgod's pusher is being dismantled. Sherman here proving to be a massive issue. Looks like the Stück 3 died. I don't know to what. It basically has to be a Sherman, right? I have to imagine. Roshica also died. There's another 122 in there to fill the gap, although it's not within heat shell range, which is not good. Unless he just wants it for the 2 kg. Spotters have been spotted. The Granissari managed to get in here and grab the flag. I mean, once again, this is a good use of the 20-point single machine gun unit, right? It's not really that good, but you can use it to just sit there and grab the flag. 105 has spotted it though. So I guess that flag's going to go away very soon. Noizi in the meantime not trying to push forward to grab this, but it's kind of difficult. So this, I mean, it's not a problem in general, but like once you're off that hill, like once blue is off the hill, you have to be very, very careful with pushing down, because then blue all of a sudden can open up on you from everywhere as you try to go down off from that hill. So you have to be a little bit careful there. A20 just bombs the stick. It hasn't been damaged yet, so I was about to say it might survive, but no, it does not. It's quite a ballsy investment. I have to imagine he just bought that, so he has saved a lot of points, because these are not cheap. It's almost 2 ticks of income, if I'm not mistaken. But it gives him a flag. He needs another one, though. It's still 1410. Although, once again, sorry, he doesn't need another one, but he probably would want one. It would help him a lot. Like, currently it's still, if he loses these 2 flags, which is still very, very realistic with the income difference, um, then he's not going to win anymore. But with 59, he can probably take down Gustgod relatively fast, so that he should be able to hold on. Also, Gustgod then needs to recap 3 flags, which is a massive difference. He already got back 1, which is the one up here, which puts some infantry there. More Granissari. So he still has more of them. But if you look at the map, it looks actually quite good for Noizi. Like, Gustgod doesn't have all that many units, and you have to also remember that a lot of Gustgod's infantry is not that expensive. In the meantime, Noizi's infantry is not exactly cheap, and there's a lot of expensive tools like the mortars, the Bofors isn't cheap. He's lost a lot of his Air Force, which definitely is a massive issue. Or when Gustgod starts investing into his Air Force. But yeah, he still needs to clear out this Bofors. So he either needs to shell it and suppress it, or kill it by that way, and then move in with his bombers, or planes in general, or he just needs to do a little wave spam. Because otherwise he's not going to get any value out of these planes at all. Yeah, look at that. He's a good bomber like that too, but he needs to get into range, of course. The problem is, if Gustgod keeps sponging up, Noizi will just send another A20 and just bomb that blob. So he needs to spread out a little bit to minimize damage. Or something just died in the transport here. Don't know to what. The Vickers probably? Yeah, it has to be. Vickers now here, I guess, to cover off the open, because once again, Gustgod doesn't actually have that much in terms of AT. I think he's probably out of Rashid's. Oh, the 105 here on the hill, that's dangerous. Although the 122 can definitely deal with it. Is it doing it though? It's ground attacking. Yeah, it's going after the 105 and deletes it with some help of the Vickers. That's great for Gustgod. Stick free here, finding the 50 cal. Yeah, and all of a sudden, no, it's his hold on the hill getting broken down a little bit. But the problem is Gustgod still needs to re-grab some flags. He's still behind in flags. He's still losing tickets. And he could actually grab this very easily. All he needs to do is like shell this a little bit, or just before with the Glycandir and the Granissar. But I guess he doesn't really know what's in here, so he's prefers to be careful about it, I have to imagine. Or assume, sorry. Now we see another push into this here. I mean, this is not unrealistic. The Soul team is going to be a little bit of an issue. Though with the cover difference, Rosiori should win. That could bring in this flag back. That would be massive. Now 105 coming in. Now we see multiple planes at once. This is how we have to do it. Odd choice here. So he's bombing this, which is reasonable. He knows that there's something here. Bombs this, which is also reasonable because you have to assume that something's here. But he's not bombing this, and he refuses to push. Although he has 2 Granissaries. So he could just he could have bombed this and then moved in, and he gotten the flag back. Instead, he focuses on this, which makes sense. But I know you have to do this first and then get, because like you cannot just ignore whatever's there. He lost a plane in the process though, because once again he flew over all the AA, and there's some more 50 cals on top of that as well. So still not looking very good for Gustgod. I mean, if you look at the map also, he doesn't have a lot of pushing power in terms of infantry and tanks. We have a lot of AA here. We have some units that were probably unloaded by counter battery, I have to imagine. Or maybe they ran back there, I don't know. And then, yeah, some AA, some support weapons. AT doesn't actually have that much on the field in general, but a lot of the things that he has on the field are not really good for pushing. Most of the units that are good for a push are here, it looks like. Slowly pushing forward. Oh, 105, that's big. Sherman here. At this range, he can pen the stick. Well, that's a dangerous range for Gustgod. I mean, still, Gustgod should have the advantage with the stick, but it's still risky. Now the mortar goes down, or the 10... No, it's a mortar, yeah. But sorry, moving in. I'm not sure why he doesn't just move in with these. Ah, now he's doing it. Finally. Stück just chilling here while the Rosiori is getting killed. It's not so nice from the Stück. Oh, now it spots the Sherman. Oh no! Oh no, Sherman can move forward. It's showing sidearm as it's focused on the rifles early there. Oh, it's turning. Very lucky from Gustgod and Noizi. Noizi could have exploited that really, really nicely if he had wanted to. 12-12, but the Granasari has been spotted and will probably go down soon-ish. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened here. I think it started shooting at the rifles late and revealed itself, so probably should have put it on return fire. Although, oh no, actually, yeah, because then the 75mm could have started shooting on the rifles as they were getting too close. But they would probably have spotted the Granasari anyway at some point, so it's not like the biggest mistake, but still, back to 13-11 for Noizi, so he's holding on. And he's making good progress. Within 10 minutes, he can hold this till the end. He should definitely be able to win this. Attack beacon on Rosita is going to get bombed as well. I mean, that would open up another push. Don't know how many resources Noizi has left at this point, but if he can bomb this, he can actually move in here again. He still has the mortars. They are being resupplied. Not a what's it called, M10 coming in. Nice push there. Gustgod has now secured his flag, so back to a 12-12. It's staying interesting. Rosiori pushing forward, Granasari and the Black Grenadier pushing forward as well. What Noizi can do now is basically try to turtle up over here. Because the problem is if you direct the ridge contestly, your opponent can set up and you can have a proper like grind. If you pull back just a bit and have like the first row of houses and like tanks here and all that, your opponent has to move across the hill. It doesn't, and all the units have line of sight on it like at once and can absolutely wreck it. 122 is now being used as artillery going after the 105, which is reasonable, but it doesn't look like Gustgod is actually following up with anything. Another 122 coming up here. It's an odd positioning, like very far forward, almost like he wants to use it as 2K, but then he positions it in a place where he can't see. Maybe he just wants it like for artillery, but he wants it ready to be moving forward if he needs it as a 2K unit, which is not a bad idea. 13-11 still for Noizi, so he's pushing back in here with rifles late. The problem is they are not supported, and the Stück here is doing a lot of work. Looks like he killed the Sherman too. I don't see the Sherman, and there looks like something is burning here. That's the Sherman. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Did the Stück take damage? It did not. So looks like it bounced or the Sherman missed. I don't know. Rifles late winning against Rosiori. Problem is now they're gonna get bullied by the Stück. They need some support. Bazooka coming in, that can definitely do the job. It needs to be a little bit careful, but if you can sneak around here, you can easily take it out. 14-10 for Noizi as he grabs another flag. I don't know where. Oh, he's grabbing this again with the rifles late. Yeah, Gustgod probably needs to start using his 122s to go after that. He's going after the mortars currently. That's a terrible idea. I mean, he has to know that the half-track mortars in first US. Maybe he doesn't, but if he does, terrible idea. Basically, whenever you know for a fact that your opponent has mobile artillery, there's just no point in going after it. Yes, sometimes he forgets to move it, but at the very latest, once the first one or two shells go down, then your opponent will probably realize and move it. And another attempt of flying it with an HS-129 is being stopped in its tracks. Still 13-11, so Noizi doing a good job at holding on. He has an iron grip on some of these flags, but it's getting closer. The problem is every time Gustgod can stall things by re-grabbing another 12-12, it significantly lowers Noizi's chances of actually getting the win here. Bazooka in position here. If he moves a little bit forward, could kill the user, because now the user could potentially kill the rifles late. Oh, that's... But it's still 14-10, because Noizi still grabbed back this flag once again, so it's still close, still everybody's game. A20 coming in, Vickers trying its best to stop it, and something down here as well, just not enough. The BF-1 might get on the back, both is still here though. It's in a weird spot, he doesn't have good line of sight. Oh, and down the A20 goes. I don't think that the BF-1 did, I think it was SD2 probably. Another wave of bombers now coming in, directly targeting the AA. I mean, this is what you can do. If you have enough of these, you can just go after it directly. He could even redirect this now to target something else, but it doesn't. So the AA is going to go down, and now I think Gustgod can basically do whatever he wants. Still 14-10 though, so we're about to equal out. Yeah, I think with 5 minutes it should be able to equal out. So that would be massive. HS129 now coming in. Yeah, I was about to say this is not a target for the HS129. This one, on the other hand, is a very, very good target. Another one coming in for, don't know what's here. Maybe it's in a bug again and it's going after the M16. That would make a lot more sense. Gets the kill on the M10. M16 is out of ammo anyway, so it's not going to do anything. When is it going to release the clusters? Yeah, it's going after the M16 and gets the kill as well. But once again, no big deal and no ammo left anyway. Now we see another Sherman coming in together with a 50 cal. So Noizi holding on here. 13-11 now, as for the first time Gustgod sets foot on the hill once again, and it looks like he's gonna grab this as well, forcing off the rifles late. I mean, it's overwhelmed by Rosiori, Granasari and whatnot. So the M20 is gonna be a problem because Gustgod does not have any AT capability here. He has a horse though. And this thing can kill these. The M20s can technically suppress the horse. I have seen things like this happening, but I do not think they're able to do it. Oh, there's one more stick coming. This might actually make all the difference here, because it looks like Noizi is about to re-grab this flag very, very soon. This one does not have any AT on it. If the M20 stops moving, it can be a little bit more accurate, and he could pin this 12-12 as Gustgod re-grabs this flag. 13-11 now for Gustgod. I think that's going to seal the deal, but still. Oh no, this flag flipping again, 12-12. Noizi needs to find one more flag and he needs to hold it for the rest of the game now. He cannot lose a flag again. IAR going after this. I'm surprised that Gustgod refuses to just go after like this area here. I mean, he knows that something has to be there. He could just try to bomb that. Instead, he focuses on the 50 cal. 50 cal goes down. Still 12-12. 13-11 for Gustgod once again. I don't know what he just grabbed. Maybe grabbed this for a brief moment. But yeah, 3 minutes now remaining, as we can see. It's gonna get... Yeah, I think... If you look at the map as well, Noizi all of a sudden it has a lot less units than Gustgod, even though Gustgod still has a lot of support units. But the same can be said for Noizi. This is support, this is AT, then you have the mortars here, of course. The north is still firmly secured, but the rifle slate is now engaged by Rosiori. Rosiori actually pinned. Oh, wow. He's not going to lose his flag, I don't think. Because the Rashid and the Grand Sari are just still holding it. But that would be so fantastic. Sherman pushing forward. But I think the problem is, even if he turns it around now, it's probably going to be too late and still needs 2 flag instead of 1 that it was before. Abuser on the fire now by the Sherman. Sherman doing something. Yeah, now the Q move, I guess, from Noizi as he desperately tries to find the flags, which he really, really, really needs as soon as possible. But I think it might be too late. Less than 2 minutes left. Abuser goes down. There's one more sheet there. Interesting. It's immediately going to get pinned by the mortars. Mortars are again under fire by the 122s. Sherman here. I don't know what pinned this. Oh, did Rashida get a shot off? That's possible. Oh, looks like the 50 cal is going to grab this flag. Oh, but Noizi surrenders, which is understandable, honestly. 48 minutes, 29 seconds. Great game. A huge turnaround, or almost turnaround by Noizi. Very impressive. I mean, he traded very well. Trades were a little bit better on Gustgod's side, but almost equal, which is pretty good for Maverick, considering that you are such a disadvantage in B and C phase. So quite fantastic there. Let's look at stats. Assault Buster getting some kill. Yeah, the Steward actually did a lot of work. The P38 got some kills as well. One gun. The A20 did not kill as many things as I would expect, but there's more of them. Yeah, this one killed the Stuk, so that's already great. M10, look, I killed mostly AA. Interesting. Although there's one Stuk there as well, which is fantastic. Both for I got 3 kills, more than it should have gotten. Like, after the first plane, there was no reason to send any more planes in after that, but he did regardless, and it cost Gustgod dearly. A20 here. Salt, yeah, I mean, these specialized units, they can do so much damage if in the right spot. yeah, lots of decent kills. On the other side, anything interesting? Yeah, look at that. I think that, yeah, that was the Stick 3 that killed the transports. Look at this thing go. And this thing got a lot of value out of there. Noizi just not realizing this was really punishing him hard. 45 mil here. The 122. Ah, he killed it. The 122 killed the M10. Nice kill there. Oh, that Stick as well. Got a lot of kills done. That was the one sitting next to the hill, I think, covering the hill off. Yeah, the SCKF set got some good kills. Great game. Hope you enjoyed it too. Have a nice day and see you next time.